Everybody, grab a pizza, grab your seat. We're going to get started. That's right. Okay, you guys, we're going to get started. Let's kind of dial it in a little bit, dial it in. You guys are a rowdy group. We're going to get started over here. We're going to get started. Let's dial it in, dial it in. Thank you for not screaming. There's always someone that feels like they got to scream or whistle or something. And that always drives me crazy. So thank you. Well, man, great to see all of you. So many good things happening. Number one, if you didn't see it, Mike Del Prete came out and we just are now officially the number one most profitable real estate company in America. Give yourselves a hand. Pretty awesome. I mean, Compass was the big deal and the cats meow, and we almost doubled them in operating cash because all those big offices are sinking them. And we're not excited. We love everybody. We want everyone to do well. But we are competitive, right? And it's okay to be competitive. And so it's just fun to see that the model's working. You guys are selling real estate. We're just crushing it in category after category. So congratulations. Give yourselves a hand. I mean, seriously, good job. Now, I had the privilege yesterday because of Joey and Sophia Saturiano. Where's Sophia? I saw her second. Oh, there you are. Oh, I saw the empty chair, and I thought, Sophia's gone. But I got to go one behind her. They got a couple tables with John Maxwell yesterday at Bayside. So I'm literally here. John Maxwell's like where Rob is, and he just waxed eloquently. So I'm going to share a few key points from yesterday. Is that cool? Yeah. It was good. I mean, so inspiring. But before we do that, I want to have Marguerite, Sean Work, and Emily, and whoever else they want on their crew, come up and share a little bit about the EXP first ever, is it the first ever? Second ever Sacramento EXP rally coming up in June. Give them a hand, you guys. Look at that, right there.
Okay, so save the date, June 5th. We are last but not least on the regional rally docket. Yep. Come on up here.
I'm here.
He's shy.
Yeah.
So we are competitive.
Oh, and Matt. Sorry,
we
Matt.
deserve to be rewarded, right?
Yes.
So come get some awards, get some recognition that you guys
Get your
deserve.
tickets now. The tickets are available at BrentGove.com.
Actually, do it right now.
Yeah, right now.
Right now, buy your ticket.
No, this is what you gotta do it now. Do it right now. We need the registration and we want you to take it.
we do.
Get the phone out. Where are they gonna go?
BrentGove.com.
Go to events.
Events, local events. It's right there. It's going to be the best time ever. And there's an after party.
At my home.
So it is June what?
June 5th.
June 5th. What day is that?
Thursday, June 5th.
Thursday, June
from
5th.
11 to 4.
11 to 4.
This is where we're going to highlight our cappers, our icons, our top producers, our rising stars. We're going to highlight this is production based, so this is all about production and all of the superstars here at EXP. Last year we sold out, so if you're waiting till the last minute to get your ticket, we may have to turn you away at the door.
Is this at the YMCA? Where are you doing it?
Cataverdera Country Club. Cataverdera Country Club, and so it includes lunch, and also we're going to be raising money for Extend a Hand. We will have some corporate people there. Wendy Forsythe is coming, Roy De La Garza. Extend a Hand. There's also a contest going on right now for which rally is raising the most money for Extend a Hand. And so far we've raised 0, only because we have not announced it. So we're here to say now, if you'd like to donate to Extend a Hand as part of the rallies, we would certainly appreciate your...
I have a fun idea. Who's got a deal hanging in the wind? You're like, God, if I could just sell this house. Or you ever get those? You ever get those? Like, I need this one. Make a promise to God, if I get this $5 million listing, or if I get this $3 million buyer, I will give $500 or $1,000 of it. Extend a hand. Try that. Try one of those.
It would be amazing. And you guys, Extend a Hand has been instrumental in helping our agents through life crises and challenges. Through the floods, through personal, situations, a lot. So you never know when you're going to be the one on the other end of that receiving hand. And so if you can find a little bit in your pocketbook now to contribute to that, that would be great. But most definitely get your tickets. Again, go to
BrentGove.com. We're flying in really exciting people.
Oh, yeah.
Do not miss out. It will sell out.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we have KCG Hall coming in to talk, and John Sy, who if you guys did not see John when he was here before, he's a beast. He's
Yep.
hilarious. He's full of energy. He's
We have
gonna
Canadians coming. Canadians!
coming to our regional rally, so you guys get there. Go ahead,
So
Sean.
bring
What?
people in your organization, but most importantly, also bring guests.
Yes.
Okay, it'll be open for guests. It's great, and when also on the Eventbrite, you can nominate a rising star, somebody in your organization, on your team, or somebody that you know at EXP that's doing great stuff. We'd love to recognize them. We're going to bring them up on stage. We'll also have a couple of icons that will be speaking. So it'll be a great event, guys. We love your support, most of all as leaders locally in Northern California, to show up, to buy your ticket early, to invite guests, to
Buy
invite
10
people to your
tickets.
organization.
Yeah.
This is the event that we want to highlight what we're doing here in Northern California.
Yeah.
Happens once a year, you know, corporate.
big deal.
It's a big deal, right? It used to be, we replaced these with what, the shareholders event.
Yeah.
Right? And if you have icons in your organization also,
They
they
get
can
credit,
come, they can
yes.
come and get credit. So
Good
a
point,
big,
Sean.
a big deal, great to support the local leadership and Brent and.
On that note, shareholders was in Folsom, so you're talking about a day of travel each way, a couple of days. It was like 4 days out of your life. This is 4 hours.
Florida.
And no flights. And so set aside the time, come and celebrate everyone. And you guys are the leaders. And of course, you're all going to be there. It's you showing up with 5, 10, 20 people in your group. And they're like, hey, next year I want to be recognized for my production, whether it's in commercial, luxury, residential. But Matthew Stewart, Sean Work, Marguerite, Emily, thank you for what you guys are doing. Give them a hand. Yep.
Who already
Yep.
bought their tickets?
Who did it?
Who did it?
Come on, raise your hand. Raise your hand. I'm gonna ask again. I'm gonna ask again. And at the end, we know who didn't do it, and we're gonna hit the shock button. You're like, this is in your seat. So, all right. Okay. Next thing is in front of you is one of these right here, Michael Hellickson. We will have hundreds and hundreds of agents at this event at PCAR. It is 2 weeks from today. It is 10 to noon, Thursday. And every time we do this, he's run $3,000 to $5,000. When Kyle Whistle come, I had to take him to, what's that place called in Napa? The French Laundry. It was not 3 to 5. It was like $10,000. I spend money on this. We don't charge you. We don't charge your guests. But you got to say, I'm going to be there. I'm not going to show property. I'm not going to do listing appointments. I'm going to tank up. It's like skipping the gas station. If you're running on low and you keep skipping the gas station, what happens? You're going to run out of gas, right? So this is how you get new ideas, new inspiration. I was busy as anyone yesterday, and I found myself at 10:30 or 10:45 at Bayside, and I was there till 2. I carved out the time so I could be poured into by John Maxwell. So this is Michael Hellickson. He runs Club Wealth for 20 years. He's the guy who everybody knows who sells 100 homes a year, 500 homes a year, 1,000, 1,500, 2,500. He is a star to the stars. He's actually a rock solid trainer. Any guest you bring will sign up for EXP. You'll get stock award, you start getting revenue share, get your team there. This is a huge thing. Please don't skip it. Again, 2 weeks from today, 10 to noon, put it in your calendar. I hope you make it. Yeah, baby. Okay, with that said, we're going to get into the John Maxwell highlights. I'm going to share a few key salient points. Whenever you're somewhere, take notes. I hope you're taking notes right now because you want it to become a part of you where stuff just comes out. So here's one of the things he said I loved. I jotted it down. And of course, you've heard this. Great ideas are like slippery fish. If you don't stab them with the end of your pen, they get away. You'll see someone next week and go, hey, how was Animal House? I missed it. Like, it was awesome. What did Brent talk about? I don't know, but it was good. We laughed. I wanted to run through a brick wall, but what did he say? I can't remember. I constantly, everything I'm going to share to you, I took notes from my notes. I get the key salient points. In fact, on that point, after every PCAR speaker, this is new, it's never happened, after every Thursday is when we do them, right? 10 to noon at PCAR once a month. We pour into you, we pour into your team. Every Friday, for those that want to come, at my office in Roseville, we're going to do a PCAR debrief. We're going to debrief what you heard the speaker say. So Bill Pipes, did he kill it? Remember Matt Smith in January, 600 sales here? Did he do good on prospecting? So we have Colton coming who got sick and wasn't able to make it. He's just a rock star. You come and you'll write down things, but While you're daydreaming or distracted, he says something else that you missed, but maybe Fidel picked it up. And then Fidel missed something, but Rich picked it up. And then Rich missed something, but Barry picked it up. So we're going to have a Friday debrief. We're going to serve food. It'll be from 12 to 1 at my office the following day after PCAR. It's a fun thing. If you're busy and you're going to Tahoe or the beach, don't make your family wait. Go to Tahoe or the beach. But if you're around, come crystallize what you learned the day before, because we're gonna pull out all the gold nuggets out of what Michael Helgson had to say, and then next month and the next month. So it's really important to take notes from your notes and then share. It's like this. When you get nuggets, when you get great ideas, they're like blocks. They're like literally like bricks. Picture bricks. And if I just stacked up bricks here about this tall, and I got like 40 of them, and I have a brick wall, pretty strong, right? Wrong. A brick wall, a 3-year-old could walk up and just literally a brick wall, they could push it over. Because why? There's no mortar in the bricks. What is the mortar? The mortar is you teaching it. When you get your group together, when you pull your team together and you do an event in Tahoe or at the beach or in your office or you meet them at Pete's or you meet them at Starbucks or let's go to Panera Bread or Clark used to do the Del Taco Club. You get together with 3 people, 2 people, and you go, oh, I got this. You go, oh, that's right. And all of a sudden you inspire each other. That's the mortar where it anchors in your soul, and then the bricks become more than, oh, that's a great idea, but I don't know. You start building a foundation. Are you with me? Yeah. Here's what I want you to know. You are not even close to reaching your potential. That came right out of John Maxwell's mouth yesterday. You're not even, you think, oh, I'm pretty good. You're not even like, you're on yard 1 of a 1,000-yard field. And I'm not saying to put you down. There is so much. God's not finished with you yet. I don't care if you're 89 years old like my dad. Brian, where's Brian? Brian here? Has my dad been doing some cool things for you and your family? Yes or no? We don't have to go into details, but has he made a tremendous impact in your life? He's 89. No, you don't understand. There's some big stuff happening there. It's private, personal, but here's the deal. 100,000%. My dad's 89, and he's still going for it. I don't care whether you're 19 years old. We had 3 19-year-olds at the team meeting this morning. Whether you're 19 or you're almost 90, your life matters if you think so. That's the key. Well, I'm not like Papa Gove. I'm not like Gary Meek. I know, you're freaking Fidel. And who doesn't love Fidel? Big old smiling bear. I love him. He's my brother. He brought some of that. Yeah, he's great. But be authentically you. You can't fake authenticity. So again, everything rises and falls with leadership. If you're rising, congratulations. If you're falling, do something about it. Everything rises and falls with leadership. How well you lead is a determiner of how well you succeed. Write this stuff down. How well you lead is a determiner of how well you succeed. So study leadership. He wrote this down. He said this yesterday. He said, leaders see more. Got to read my writing. Leaders see more, and they see more before others see it. Leaders see more, and they see more before other leaders see it. Let me ask you a question. What do you see? What do you see for your life right now? Isn't that a fair question? Like, you see a life of struggle, a life of dashed dreams, going to live this okay life, et cetera, et cetera. What do you see for your life? I had a woman in Hawaii 2 weeks ago. She's from Hilo. She was all excited. She came up to me and she was talking. She was billed Hawaii was it was absolutely over the top phenomenal. This is our 2nd year, and it was so good. Glenn Sanford was there, and different people came in and spoke. It was powerful. But here's the deal. I think Jay and Ashley Nelson flew in from Nashville, but they got there 8 days early, so they decided to go all the way to Japan. And they hung out in Japan, eating, whatever they eat, sake and sushi and Mount Fuji, and had a good time. And, Jay, he's a wild man. But it was so good. But this woman was so lit. She was cooking with gas. She was throwing gas on the bonfire. And she goes, oh, by the way, my son. And she had her son with him. You got to meet him. He was 16 years old. He'd been digging ditches, washing windows, mowing lawns, and saved his money for 3 years from 13 to 16. He's getting his driver's license, he's going to get a car. And they showed me a video of him buying his brand new, and he saved his money for it. He has a little payment, but he put down a big chunk of money he saved. Bright red Toyota Cyan or whatever. You ever see those Toyota? What? Scion, thank you. Toyota Scion. It had a black stripe up the middle like a racing. It looked really cool. And he was so excited. He was just pumped. And then she said later, he came up to him and goes, Mom, Mom, Mom. When they got home, check this out. And he brought his mom from Hilo into his room. And up on top of his dresser, he had some pictures, this, that, a trophy, this. And in the corner, tucked away, just sitting back there on a little platform, was the exact car. He had forgotten about it. When's the last time you mapped out your life? Remember I said, what do you see for your life? Some of you don't see it because you didn't map it out. How do you think Starlink got in the sky? I guarantee you, Elon sketched it out on a piece of paper. This right here, this, you want to know what it looks like? It looks like this before it turns into this. It's just scratches on a yellow notepad or whatever it is you like to write on. That was the end of my story right there. Just fell out. Glad I noticed that. All right, so here's the bottom line. I want to challenge you to do something today. So everybody look real quick to your left. Ha, just fooled you. Everyone's looking to the left, and everyone's head. So what I want you to do is pick one person for a 2-minute accountability session. It's going to be 2 minutes at the room. It has to be someone next to you. And if someone's busy, so you got someone, you two, do it right now. Look at each other. Look at each other. Introduce yourself. You just met your accountability partner.
What are we doing?
All right. Okay, we're done. Done. Okay, well, bring it back in. You guys are rowdy. You just met your accountability person, which I'm going to use for you to do, we'll say, by tomorrow night. And it's going to be 2 minutes. What you just did, you're going to call this person and go, did you do it? And they're going to call, hold on, you guys, hold on. And they're going to call you and go, did you do it? You guys listening? Hold on, David, I got to bring you guys back in. Okay, so we're not, I know. I got to get you guys in. I know I asked you to pick the accountability partner. Stay with me. And we're going to get done early today, so I need you to focus. You guys can finish that talk in a little bit. Okay, ready? So here's the deal. I'm going to challenge you to do something today or tonight or tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow night by 9 o'clock. It needs to be done by tomorrow at 9. And you're going to call your accountability partner. You're going to text them and go, did you do it? So here it is. One of the things John Maxwell says is we see in like 90-day windows. Like we talk about it, the 1-year plan and a 5-year plan, all that, and that's good, and you should have one. But we tend to see what's in front of us over the next 2 or 3 months. It can become real crystallized. So here's what we want you to do in this little challenge that you just took on without volunteering, but I made you do it. By the way, raise your hand if you don't have a partner. Raise your hand. Barry doesn't. Who else? Joe doesn't. Joe, Barry, who else? Okay, I'm your guys' partner. I'm going to call you. I'm going to call you. And you're going to call him. And you're going to have to do this. So I'm going to be your partner. Some of you are like, oh, I don't know who's going to raise their hand. Maybe I don't want to be their partner. You know what? I want to be everyone's partner. And you want to be the person who wants to lift people up. There's people that lift people up and people who tear people down. We'll do all that. Yes, Joe.
You're going to actually call me from Paris, right?
That's right. I'll be in, I'll probably be, I might be on the plane. It's a long flight.
Just take me along.
Yeah. Okay, Barry, call Joe. All right, now, I'll tell you what, when I land in Paris, Joe, I'll call you. It's probably 4 a.m, but I'll call you. All right. So we leave at 6:30 tomorrow morning with 2 of our daughters. So 22, we're going to Paris and Rome. We're going to do that for a couple weeks. That's what I'm going to do for the next 2 weeks. But you guys are going to do this activity, which is I want you to map out exactly what your life looks like in the next 30 days. By the way, here's me. I did 60 days worth. This is exactly what I'm going to achieve over the next 60 days. I'm already after it. I'm so excited. These are really important. I brainstormed about 30 things that need to happen, and I got it down to about 9 or 10 here on this list. And they're all going to happen in the next 60 days. But right now we're talking 30. So everyone write down 30. And then write down 60. Then I want you to do, what does your life look like in 60s? Have you paid off a credit card? Did you sign up to become a commercial agent? Congratulations, Corey. He's switching to stand up. He's going from residential to commercial agent. Congratulations. Now stay standing. Now, when this happens, when a real estate agent turns from the light to the dark side, they wear black. Look at him. No, I'm just kidding. He's wearing his black shirt. He's going to the dark side. I'm teasing you. Corey, congratulations. We're genuinely excited for you. I think it's awesome. I'm just teasing. All right. So, and then put down 90. What are you going to do 90 days from now? Are you going to pay off a car? Are you going to sell 10 homes? Are you going to sponsor 7 people? Remember this kid? All he did was took a picture of a car and it happened. Are you going to get some financial magazines that say debt-free? Live stress-free, money in the bank, enjoy vacations with your family, pictures of family walking on the beach, maybe a golf course, maybe you're a hunter or a fisherman, pictures of places you want to go hunt and fish in Alaska. Put it down, just like this kid had a little red sports car. It wasn't like it was the exact car 3 years later. Now, I'm not like woo-woo, but I'm a little woo-woo, right? I mean, I guarantee you when they built the Apollo 13, they started with a little model that looked some small little Apollo 13 that you paint. Anybody ever make a bottle when you're a kid? You get those models and you glue them together, you get glue on your hands, and then you get high and you smell the glue and all that. But then they built actual full-size models of the Apollo 13. Then they did simulators, right? And all of a sudden, they're in the Apollo 13, they're flying to the moon. And they did some crazy stuff. So you got to do that for your life. It doesn't apply to NASA. It applies to you. And so I want you to do 30, 60, 90. I want you to do 6 months. Write it down. 6 months. Like just if it could happen, if you knew you couldn't fail, what does your life look like in 6 months? And you could hold me accountable. We'll make sure we get it done on the plane. What's your name, ma'am?
Kathy Gove.
Let's have 8 kids. Now, and then 1 year. Just gonna take a second. And then 2 years, right? Quick. Then 3 years. What does your life look like in 3 years? 5 years. It's about to get weird. 10 years. 10 years. You want to hear something cool? In 2010, 15 years ago, the Gove family spent Christmas not at the Waiheke, Manoni, Kalani beautiful resort in Maui. We spent it at the 99-cent store in West Roseville because we had $140 for Christmas. And I gave each of my 5 children a $20 bill. This was 15 years ago. And they each got to buy 20 presents because they're 99 cents each. And there's all these siblings. And it was so much fun. I got a tie, I got a mug, I got a tooth, I don't know. Whatever they'll say, a scrub brush for 99 cents. And half a coffee maker. I mean, you never know. But Kathy got 20, I got 20. We did Christmas for $140. Your life can be radically different in the next 15 years. So what does your life look like in 10? What does it look like in 25 years? Do you know how many people, I want to challenge your thinking right now. Listen close. Do you know how many people in Northern California right now or this afternoon tonight are going to map out, here's what my life looks like in the next 10 years, next 25 years. Here's what I see. Leaders see more, and they see more before others see it. That was John Maxwell. What do you see? You got to stop and get a vision. How can you have a dream come true if you don't have a dream? You can't have a dream come true if you don't have a dream. A dream's too corny for me. I'm too analytical. A vision. What is your vision? We will be the first country in the world to have a man step on the moon, and we did it. That's called a vision. President Kennedy. Then the whole NASA and the whole nation got behind it, and we're going to beat the doggone Russians, right? It's okay to be competitive. Do we want to beat the Russians? Yes or no? Yeah. Do we want to whoop the Chinese? Yes or no? Do we want to beat Compass and Keller Williams? Yes, we do. There's nothing wrong with that. What's wrong with it is when you want to when you gloat in your competitor's defeat, you want to be classy winners. Can we all agree? Like if someone says, what do you think about Keller Williams? I think they're awesome. What do you think about Remax? I think they're great. What do you think about Real or LPT or Compass or Sotheby's? They're wonderful, some really nice people there. It's really ugly when you get ugly. When you ask someone, what do you think about, Don Peach? Oh man, Don Peach. It's not attractive. Don's my friend. He's right there. He's like, why'd you have to pick me for that example, right? But listen to me. You know what's attractive? Is when you're just, if you don't have something nice to say, would you learn in kindergarten? Don't say it. Man, I bet you've walked up to John Maxwell and say, hey, John Maxwell, what do you think about, well, he wouldn't go, I can't believe Trump or Kamala, and his face contorts and he gets ugly, because we do that sometimes. We just came off political season, and there's two sides of that fence, and everyone gets real radical. You gotta control your emotions. Your emotions will run you, or you will run your emotions. Your mind will serve you, or you will serve your mind. Let me ask you a question. You ready? What kind of life is your mind letting you live? I'll say it again. Write it down. What kind of life is my mind letting me live? What did you feed your mind? And here's the deal. You shouldn't serve your mind. Your mind's meant to serve you. So you got to learn not to, if you have emotions, and that's a good thing, but you have to harness them. Like a sailboat in the wind. A sailboat, the sail harnesses the wind and it propels it forward. And that's why the Bible says, don't hang out with a guy who's easily angered and hot-tempered, lest you learn his ways and become like him. It's not good. How many of you do your best thinking, man? You're filled with the Spirit of God. You're for the love of humanity. You're inspired. You want to do great things and be a globetrotter and a history maker, do these incredible things and get these amazing downloads when you're absolutely red with rage. When you're angry, when you're seeing red, you ever get mad? Isn't that when you do your best thinking? No, you can't. I can't believe I said that. I said what to my son, my daughter, my wife, my husband? The police fear domestic disputes more than a bank robbery. They kind of know what's going on at 7-Eleven, because at least they're just kind of shooting, want some money. But when it's a domestic, people are seeing red. Anything can happen. And so you don't want to be a thermometer going up and down with your environment. You want to be a thermostat. You want to set that thing. Immature people, weak people, they allow themselves to be run by their emotions. I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm depressed, I'm excited. But you want to set that thing like a thermostat. That's a true leader. And so I promise you, and the last one is 100 years. Do you know who there's millions of people in Northern California. There are, someone asked ChatGPT what the population of California is, real quick. When you ChatGPTers, just go, what's the population of California to your phone? What is it? 42 million.
What does ChatGPT say?
42 million, they did it. Okay, you guys listening? No, you got to get this. Really important you get this. I know I just had you go to your phones. Of the 42 million people in the state of California, who's mapping out the next 25 to 100 years of their life today or tonight or tomorrow? A small handful of people. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm jumping ahead. This is what John Maxwell said yesterday. You listening? Write this one down. It's a zinger. Everything worthwhile is uphill. Write it down. Everything worthwhile is uphill. You better fight for your marriage. I did. Kathy did. Thank you, baby. I love you. You're the best. You better fight for your kids. People want to take over your kids. They're your kids. You should fill them with your family's values and visions, right? Everything worthwhile is uphill. Everything worthwhile is uphill. How about this one? This one just rocked me.
What is the name Brent mean?
Brent, uphill struggle. That's right. Yeah. My name means uphill struggle. Woo! I'm worthwhile. I just connected those dots. Yes, I have meaning. Yes. Sorry, I was scribbling notes. These are from John Maxwell. I don't have my readers on, but he wrote this. This is so good. You don't drift to a desired location. Write that down. You do not drift to your desired destination. That was it, destination, not location. Destination. How many of you found you're just out walking around and you're debt-free, money in the bank, you got a great body, you're in shape, you're fit, your marriage is going awesome. You don't go to marriage retreats. You don't read books on communication and relationships. You don't need to know anything about parenting. If the kids are bad, you yell at them, send them to their room. It's not that hard. And you're like, no, I'm kidding, obviously. But you don't drift to desired location. How many of you get in a raft with me on the North Coast and go, we're going to Hawaii? Just get in the raft. It's going to be a long trip. Can we all agree? Yeah. How about a ship without a rudder? One time I said a ship without an udder, but that would be a cow. A ship without a rudder. The rudder's really important because it's its direction. When's the last time you sat down and go, I'm going to have some direction in my life? And I get it. It takes faith. It takes faith. And in China, they have a little 4-foot square, and they plant a little seed, and they water, fertilize, and pull the weeds and take care of this area for 5 years. Water, fertilize, and take care and protect it. And they have to rope it off because after a year or 2 or 3, like, where did I plant the seed? They rope it off about a 4-foot by 4-foot thing, and they water, fertilize, protect. Water, fertilize, protect. And for 5 years, absolutely nothing happens. And then in a period of 90 days, up first a little sprout, a little green sprout. And once they see that leaf come up, 90 days later, that little leaf goes 90 feet in the air. So the question is, it's called the Chinese bamboo tree. It's a true story. National Geographic, they do it on high speed. It's so cool. You see it's like a Jack and the Beanstalk, right? And when they speed it up. Did the Chinese bamboo tree grow 90 feet in 90 days? Or did it grow 90 feet in 5 years and 90 days? Which was it?
5 years and 90 days.
Here's what happened. For 5 years, it grew down. Because in order to go up 90 feet, it's got to have what? Roots. In order for God to give you what you want, you got to have roots. And some of you are like, well, I don't see 21 stories yet because God's going deep. Do you know for those skyscrapers that go up 180 stories in the air, they're going down 28 stories. God's not through with you yet. And if you have faith that you haven't even come close to reaching your potential, and then you do this, you put yourself in places with people who will inspire you, and people who expect more from you, and people who want more from you. And it's called the power of proximity. It's why we do Animal House once a quarter. And I'm proud of you guys for being here. This, even though this is about agent attraction and building a revenue share organization, if you didn't know, that's what this is about. Because, if you run out of escrows, you run out of money. But if you also, I was with Glenn in Hawaii, he goes, man, if the agents could just get this concept, take 20% of their time and do agent attraction, that's what will mean something in 10 years. Not the homes they sold this year. It's the agents they attracted. And so the power of proximity. Tony Robbins says this, there's nothing more powerful in the world to transform your life than the principle of the power of proximity. You get around the right people, going in the right direction, speaking the right words over your life. You heard as a kid, sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me. That's the biggest lie in the world. Your life has been defined by words, something your mom or your dad said about you. You'll never get married. You'll never be happy. You'll never amount to anything. You're fat. You're too skinny. Put some weight on. You have a funny nose. Your aunt said your chin looks funny. You have no neck. You have funny ears. Someone in high school said something. I remember Joey Trevisani made fun of me in the 5th grade. I could still see his face. I could still see Eric Larson to the right and Mikey Johnson to the left. And Joey Trevisani making fun of me. It was like, I'd never been made fun of as a little 10-year-old kid. He's like, look at your teeth. That's so funny. Your teeth so funny. Because my teeth were discolored. I paid to fix my teeth, right? But it hurt me I still remember 50 years later. When was it that you took that shot? We all take that shot. You know what I'm talking about. So let me tell you what. But be the one making deposits. Think back in your life. If you make a list, who spoke life into me? Who was it? Well, Gary Summerhays did. My dad did. My mom did. My Astros coach. I don't remember his name, but he spoke life into me. This woman from the YMCA, when we did a ski trip to Utah, she said some amazing things to me that just kind of built me up. And I'm talking about 5 people to the age of 18. It's not a big list, but be that person. Be that person who says, Corey, I think you're amazing. Corey, I think you're going to do phenomenal in commercial real estate. People lift you up or tear you down. Who are you going to be? Well, yeah, that's Steve Hillier's job. He's gifted that way. That's Alex Steyer's job. Vincent St. Louis can do that. Sean Work can do that. Of course, Emily can do it, or Marguerite, or Rich Hendrickson. No, it is you. You want to lift a room? Love the room. You want to live a life with friendship? Be a friend. Don't look for friends. They're hard to find, but if you just be a friend, they're everywhere. You want to get married? Just love people. Genuinely care for people. God will bring the right person in your life. You get what you expect. He said this, read great books, visit great places, hang out with great people. I'll say it again. John Maxwell yesterday, I wrote it down. I just scribble as fast as I can. He goes, read great books. Are you reading great books? Are you? I am. Are you visiting great places? Are you hanging out with great people? Of course you are today. There's a lot of people that could have been here. We're not. Oh, hey, did you get my car keys? She's here for my car keys. Yeah. She's like, do I interrupt them or not? This is my daughter, Alyssa, everyone. That's how you get them. And is she here? Who else is she here with? Where are you coming? Sorry, they're borrowing my car. She's visiting from Hawaii. Come on in now. You have to say hi. Here they are, right here. Here they are. Here they are. Here you go. I'm horrible. I know. It only encourages me. But so I love that kind of stuff. Okay, so here's the deal. The 30, 60, 90, 6 month, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year, 25 year, 100 year, people never do it. Your parents probably never did it. And then they're like, what happened? I'm 65. What happened? I'm 85. I missed my whole life. Don't miss your life. Don't miss your life. Love, like, God, help me love the people, whether it's 1 or 101 that come to my open house today. Help me love them. It's not a buyer or a seller. It's a human being. God, give me the wisdom. Give me the inspiration to make a difference. Not to the dash. Born 1935, died 2028. My dad was born in 1935, right? The dash. I'm born in 1966, died, boom. Whatever that is. You don't want to be the dash. You want to be a history maker. Write it down. You want to be a globetrotter. Write it down. You want to be an agent of change. We're real estate agents. How about this? Be an agent of change. How do you do it? Through love. You love the unlovable. Gangbangers. Join a gang. There's a brotherhood in a gang. The Crips, the Bloods. I got your back. You're with us. You in a prison? You join a gang in prison. You're with us. We got you. And they love it because there's a love for each other. There is. But the real love is when you love people who are not lovable. When you love people who don't deserve it, that's the kind of love. That's the kind of person you want to be. You want to love the unlovable. You want to reach out and make a difference. Well, they're not that friendly. Well, then that just means they're shy, they're introverted. And when someone walks up and goes, hey, how are you? My name's Brent. And they actually engage you. They're not looking around the room. Who else can I talk to? They're completely focused and with you. It is a learned, trained habit. And when you meet someone's hand, you go, hey, I'm Brent Gove. What's your name? Clark. He just gave me a firm handshake, looked me in the air. Sometimes I'll meet people, and they're like this, David, give me your hand. Hey, nice to meet you. Yeah, exactly. He knew exactly what I was doing. There's like, come on, squeeze my hand. Give me a squeeze. Squeeze it. Am I squeezing back? No. It's disgusting. Okay, so here's the deal. Now we'll do it. Here you go. Hey, man, good to meet you. You don't crush them, but you give them a firm look. You look them in the eyes. I literally said, I've met some of our EXP agents. I've met RE/MAX agents. I'll never forget this. There's a home warranty rep. And I go, hey, I'm Brent. She sticks her hand out, and there's just zero coming back. I literally called the president of that company. I said, you need to practice handshaking with her. I would never give her a home. That just freaked me out of my mind. You need to teach people. Have you read How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie? It is the Bible for sales. If you've not read How to Win Friends and Influence People, you need to read that book. Don't go past go. Read the book. It's foundational to your sales experience. Have you read it? There's only one book printed more than that book. It's called the Holy Bible. The next most printed book of all time, is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. There's entire courses for 100 years called the Dale Carnegie courses. They're phenomenal. Have you read the book? You cannot sit here today and go, no, I haven't read the book, but it's some old book. That book will transform your sales business. It will help you do what you want to do. And in the book, it teaches you to, what's the most beautiful word in the world, in any language? Somebody's first name. Go ahead, was it? And he's what? He's 28 now. He's doing good. No, we've known each other for 40 years. Read the book. Okay, next. Here's you go. You ready? You want to leave footprints, not butt prints. John Maxwell, he says, I meet so many people, they're not leaving footprints, baby. They're leaving butt prints. They're fighting it every step of the way. What you resist persists. Write that down. What I resist persists. I'm resisting getting sober, so what persists is you're drunk. What I'm resisting is getting off Oxycontin and prescription drugs, so persists is you're messed up. I'm resisting going to marriage counseling and working on my thing. It shouldn't be that hard. What persists is you have a bad relationship. You lost the faith for your marriage. You lost the faith somewhere along the line. It's been said, some men, some women die at age 25. They're just not buried till they're 95. What does that mean? Isn't that good? Write it down, write it down. It means that they gave up. By the time they're 25, they've been beat back so many times. There's this guy, he says this quote. I'm going to read it to you. It's so good. Let's see if I have it on here. I wrote it down. Yep, here it is. I wish I had, it was written better in my notes. Let's see if I have them. I actually wrote it down, then I looked at my notes. Here it is. Yeah, found it. He said this. I won't tell you who said it, but I want you to listen to what was said. You ready? I have failed over and over and over again and again and again. This is why I succeed. I'll say it again. I have failed over and over and over again and again and again. And who says that? Michael Jordan. The greatest of all time. Unless you're young and dumb and you think it's LeBron. Now, it's a little humor. Don't throw your forks at me. There's actual weapons here. There's knives. But we all know Jordan's the greatest to ever play the game.
I literally had that poster on my wall.
Yep. But here's the deal. What you resist persists. You refuse to fail with velocity. John Maxwell said it yesterday. He talked about the importance of failing and learning. Fail and course correction. But if we fail so little, you never really learn so much. If you fail so little, you don't learn so much. Isn't that powerful that he said that? I just made that up, but I'm saying he said it, so you'll listen to it. No, I just made it up, though. It's so good. If you fail a lot in a short period of time, you improve quickly. And you go, okay, when I do this, this happens. But when I do that, this happens. And I like this, don't like that, but I like this. So I'm going to try it again that way. Ooh, that works. And then I add a little bit of this, a little flair here, and I make this point, and oh, wow. And so you make little course corrections. Your ego's not your amigo. Your ego's keeping you broke. I don't want to look bad. You have to look bad. You must look bad. You got to be willing to fail. I've done open houses where people ran to their car to get away from me. I know. Who would have thought, right? I might be kind of intense. But yeah, I was fighting for my kids. Well, come on, fighting for your kids. Yeah, we didn't have food. One of our kids was 1 and another one was 3. We were broke. We weren't poor. Poor is a very bad place. Broke is a temporary situation. We were broke. And Havla Amfuso, Pastor Francis' daughter, came out and handed me a check from the Rock, said Brent Gove, and it was in a sealed envelope, and she got in her VW convertible bug and drove off. And this is back in, I went bankrupt in 95. And she got in her little ponytail. She's like 18 or 19, jumps in her VW bug, like Alyssa, drove off. I went, what's this? I had no idea. Is this an envelope with money? I opened it up. It was a check from the Rock of Roseville, my church. We just started going there for $100. It said for groceries. Because I had been to a Bible study with him, and it was with about this many guys. It was a men's Bible study called the Iron Man Bible Study. And it was back in like 95, 96. Everybody ordered breakfast at Mel's Diner, really high-end breakfast place. Mel's Diner on Douglas. Remember Mel's Diner on Douglas? Anybody know that? And I sat there. Everybody ordered waffles and eggs and bacon, and I ordered a cup of coffee. And Fran's like, aren't you going to get anything? I go, no, I'm good. I'm not hungry. I had $3 in my pocket. I had enough for the coffee and a $1 tip. And he says, no, get something. I go, no, I'm fine. He goes, get something. I got you. And I really? And I ordered breakfast. But he knew, we talked later, and he knew we were struggling. I was just gotten into real estate. We had just gone bankrupt. I was broke. Wasn't poor, but I was broke. And then I get this check for $100. And I cried. I sat in the parking lot and I cried. And I went home to 913 Trimble Way over by Kirby and North Sunrise, behind the spaghetti factory. We bought a house there because it had 4 feet of water in it 2 years earlier. Because those culverts going under North Sunrise backed up, and that entire neighborhood, about 200 homes, had 4 feet of water in them because the water couldn't get under the culverts quick enough. They widened them since then. It's right by the spaghetti factory. You wonder why the spaghetti factory stinks? It got swamped with water. Right? So that's the house we bought. And I took it home to Kathy, and we both cried again. And then she went to B of A and cashed that check. And we bought diapers, we bought baby wipes, we bought formula, we bought some food. And I was really grateful. You don't know who's suffering because you refuse to suffer, because you refuse to fail. Who's paying the price for you not stepping up as a woman, as a man? You refuse to go caveman. You refuse to go cavewoman. This is what it takes. It takes blood, sweat, and tears. Michael Phelps in the pool at 4 a.m. by himself, swimming and swimming and swimming. Venus Williams serving 1,000 times before lunch. Not that week. Tiger Woods hitting tens of thousands of putts. Why do so many go in? Because he's missed tens of thousands of putts. Michael Jordan, Babe Ruth, the year he set the record for home runs, he set the record simultaneously for striking out. Nobody struck out more in the big leagues than Babe Ruth, but we only remember him for being the home run king. People don't remember your failures, they'll celebrate your successes. The failures suck, I get it, but it keeps you humble. And my pastor said this a long time ago, and I believe him. He says, never trust a man or woman who doesn't walk with a limp. You learn more from your failures than you do your successes. Your successes don't teach you a thing. Your successes make you arrogant. They make you cocky. I never want to forget not having money to buy groceries for my kids. Getting into real estate and they won't turn my phone on. Back when there was a place called Sure West. They don't have Sure West anymore, right? But if you moved to Roseville, it used to be called Sure West. That was a phone company. And I don't know what happened to them, but they're like, oh, no, you went bankrupt. We need an $800 deposit there. We won't turn your phone on. So I called all my prospects from my neighbor's house 3 days down. Could you imagine doing real estate from your neighbor's house? Hey, I had to call Fidel about seeing property. Can you use your phone one more time? Like, well, we're going to bed now. I go, I'll be quick, really. And then I took a couple out to dinner, UA Theaters. Anyone know where UA movie theaters are by In-N-Out? You know the UA Theaters? Is it just me, Eureka and 80? You know the UA Theaters? I took a couple to dinner, and we went to the movies. We went to Taco Bell, I don't know. And we come out to my car, and it's gone. And I call the police, report my vehicle's been stolen. And the police said, no, Mr. Gove, you haven't made the car payment in a year. It was simply repossessed. They called us and told us you'd be calling. Oh. There was no Uber back then. You have to call other friends and say, we need a ride home. It's humble pie. And I'm grateful for that moment. I'm grateful for the times I ran out of gas. I'm grateful. I don't ever want to forget that Christmas in 2010, the 99-cent store. So God is using these things to strengthen you. It is not your wins, it is your losses. So as we wrap it up today, I want to have a few more points I want to make. Do you have some fire left in your tank? Do you? I think you do. I think I'm talking to a room who does. You were hand selected. We do not put this out to everyone. We invite individually. We do put you on a list. Once you're on the list, then we'll text you and stay in touch with you. But this is like, and if you want to bring somebody, please ask me. And everyone here, if you're a guest, it was asked that you can come, and I'm glad you're here. But we try to guard who's in this room. Like who's in the room matters. And it matters what room you're in. A handful of people could change the world. Clark proved that a long time ago at the Del Taco Club 40 years ago. Rich and Steve were with me 40 years ago. What did we do at 10 o'clock every single night? Every single night at 10 o'clock 40 years ago. Do you remember? Remember how fast we drive? You were 1 minute late, you had $100. It was dangerous to be anywhere near my street at 10 o'clock, right? Remember flying in? How fun was it? Michael Cario, you, Rich, remember that? And we all achieved some pretty awesome things. What you learned through the process. At first, it's impossible. Then it's difficult. Then it's done. You know who said that thousands of years ago? Seneca, one of the wisest philosophers of all time. At first, it is impossible. Cannot be done. You can't run a 4-minute mile. Can't climb Mount Everest. You can't go to the moon. You can't. Then it's difficult. Then it's done. Nothing new under the sun. I lost my Facebook account. I won't go into the details, Rob. I lost my Facebook account back in November. Facebook got hacked. I was fortunate. I only had 15,000 people in it. There are people with 1 million followers in Facebook who get hacked and they lose their account. But their entire business is set up around that. And they spend $1 million advertising a year in Facebook. When they get hacked, they get locked out. Their business is gone overnight. And B, they stop spending $1 million a year with Facebook. They try to recover them. I got hacked. We used Facebook to communicate a lot, stay relevant in the marketplace. We hired company after company after company. Rob has spent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours trying to get back into my Facebook account. We cannot get back into it. And then we contacted the head of sales for Facebook. And he said, hey guys, no offense, but you're small potatoes, 15,000. We have people with million, they lose their account. And it's the word he used was irrecoverable. This is the head, the sales guy's like, it's impossible to sell a $10 million house. It's irrecoverable. He gets paid if sales are made. And the guy who wants to get paid is saying, it's not possible. At first it is impossible, then it's difficult, then it's done. You know what we did? We tried again. And it wasn't one last time. We would never stop trying. And we tried again. And I met somebody who knew somebody who met somebody who knew somebody at Facebook, way behind, like on the dark side of the web of Facebook, to the point where I'll never give you the name. I won't tell you anything. And I offered to send him money. He's like, I don't want money, because if this ever got find out, I would lose my career. So we won't tell you who, and I'll never say who it was. But they flipped a switch, and in one night, we got our account back. Yeah, come on, isn't that awesome? So we're back in Facebook after months and months and months, half a year been out. You see me on Instagram, but you have not seen me on Facebook because we got locked out. And we're told by the executives at the top, it's this irrecoverable situation. And let me tell you what, listen to me. Your life is not irrecoverable. God has a plan for your life. You're amazing. But here's the problem. If you don't believe you're amazing, you were created in the image of God. I believe that. If you're an atheist or agnostic, I'm sorry. But I get to have my beliefs, and I believe you were created in the image of God. I believe that you have a plan and a purpose on this earth. I believe your life matters, but it doesn't matter what I believe. What matters is what you believe, and you're still being defined on what your aunt said to you when you were 9. What they said to you in high school in the women's locker room when you were 14 years old or middle school, or what happened when you were 16 at prom. You're still defined by that moment. And then there's good and there's evil. There's light and there's darkness. And sometime in those dark moments, that's why we pray for the sun to come up in the morning, and every day is a new beginning, and every year is a new year. And after every storm, there's a rainbow. And after every plague, pestilence, horrible thing that happens in the Bible, it always says, and it came to pass. Never once ever does the Bible, the book's been written more than, does it ever say, and it came to stay forever, and people were miserable forever and ever, amen. That doesn't happen. Think of your life. It's a lie of suicide. I'll never be happy again. I don't see a way out, and they take their life. I've had some really hard times in my life, and they've all passed. You may be going through one right now. I get it. Some real soul challenging, emotional, this and that. You may be going through it right now. But let me think back in your life. Man, I didn't think I'd ever change. My brother was suicidal in college. His girlfriend was driving some sort of car with a gas tank in the back, and she got hit at 60 miles an hour, and the car exploded. And she basically burnt alive in the car, but she lived. And she was melted. Her whole body was melted. She spent a year in a burn unit just crispy. I mean, it's a very painful thing. And she got out, but her whole face was melted like wax, her whole body. And he tried to be there for her, and she would not allow it. It was brutal. I don't know what happened to her. Her name was Lisa. But I remember my brother, he was suicidal. I mean, he went for drives. He thought about it. He just rocked in the car. I don't know but I look at my brother now. You meet my brother Randy now? I'm the little Gove. I'm not even. You think I'm big? I'm tiny. I look like Little John. My brother's short. He's a big dude. He lives in El Dorado Hills. He runs a landscape concrete company. He does high-end landscapes, $500,000 landscapes. And my brother's jovial, happy. You would love my brother. He's a cool dude. I love him. I'm going to cry someday when he ever goes. You know, we're all going to pass someday. But here's my point. It didn't stay like that forever. And so I promise you, because I guarantee you, I sat in meetings like this when Kathy and I were separated for 8 months. I went to meetings like this, and I would leave and go sit in the parking lot and cry. I'd go for drives. I could tell you stories where I got a certain bit of knowledge, and I pulled her on the side of the road on Auburn Folsom Boulevard. It wasn't even the time I cried talking to you, Marguerite. It's 2010. It was a rough year, man. Nothing good about that year. Wouldn't have wished it on my worst enemy. But I remember getting some good news and pulling my car over because I couldn't even drive and bawling. So relieved. On the side of Auburn Folsom Boulevard, 2010. This is the most traumatic moment of my life. But it came to pass. And you may have a health challenge. You may have a relationship challenge like we had. And 35 years later, it's awesome. I couldn't be more grateful to be married to this incredible woman. But we have had to fight for our relationship. I know the rest of you just all, unicorns and butterflies, right? And maybe that's not. Maybe it's a health challenge. Maybe it's an emotional challenge. Maybe you're fighting depression. But this too will pass. You were made for more. That's why John Jennings has the Made for More real estate team. So I want to say this as we wrap it up. John Maxwell said this. He just flew it out and kept going. He said, that's out of the blue. It didn't even fit with what he was saying. He goes, action, attraction, baby. Action, attraction. Remember that? I'm like, ooh, I've never heard that. Wrote down. What he was saying is if you're in action, if you're moving, you're attracting. Like someone who's just rocking and rolling, they're on fire. They have street credibility. There's an energy spinning off of them. Action equals attraction, right? If you will, like Chris Okamura, I convinced him to quit Berkshire and come to EXP. And he lost $8,000, $10,000 a month salary. He's like, what am I going to do? He freaked out, but he answered the question. I'm going to do an open house every day for 30 days. Could you do an open house every day for 30 days? You could. Will you? I don't know. He did. Well, nobody comes during the week. He goes, I'm going to do it. What else am I going to do? I have no clients. I'm from a dead standstill. He did 30 open houses in 30 days. Did not miss. He'd go 4 to 6 when they're getting off work, or 6 to get there late, 5 to 7, 5 to 8, every day, Saturdays and Sundays, 30. He sold 7 homes his first month. Your life could be radically different 2 weeks from now, not 30 days from now, because you'll have so much momentum. Why don't you do an open house every day? Well, it's hard to call agents, and I had some of them tell me no. I coached a girl. I go, what do you say? She says, hi, I'll change her name. This is Ellie. I'm from EXP. I'd love to hold your house open. I go, well, that explains. That's not how you do it. She goes, it's not. No, you text them and go, Clark, I'm calling you on Poppy Field Court. This is an absolute urgent matter. Call me back. How many am I going to get a call back? Did I say I was from what brokerage I was with? Did I say I want to do an open house? I go, I got great news, Clark. Call me back. He calls me back. I had people call me and go, hey, this is Ginger from Lions Real Estate. I'd love to hold your listing open on Champagne Circle. I needed someone to hold the listing open on Champagne Circle. I was going to give it to her, but I also had buyers wanting return phone calls, sellers wanting return calls, appraisal issues, home inspections, home staging, sellers that were mad the flyers were out of the flyer box, so they got sprayed on by the sprinkler. Someone left the door open, the cat got out. I'm busy. I got to call Ginger. I never did call Ginger. If Ginger just would have texted me and said, done, take it. She never got the listing. She didn't get the open house either. I was willing to give her the open house. But when you say, hi, this is Brent, I'm with Remax or Keller Williams or EXP. I'd love to hold your listing open. I go, B, I like vacant homes. Hey, I noticed it's vacant. And they go, yeah, what's up? I go, I got great news for you. I'm an absolute expert at open houses. Can I hold that open for you? You can go to Tahoe. You can go to Napa. You can just go to a soccer tournament or a softball tournament with your family. Let me work for you. My signs are generic. Doesn't say anything other than open house. Because think about it. If you're with Lions, do you want EXP signs to your house? If you're with Remax, do you want EXP signs? If you're with Coldwell Banker, do you want Sotheby's signs leading to your open house? And you have to explain to your sellers why there's Sotheby's signs? I might as well hire Sotheby's. You should never put EXP on your open house signs. I think it's a huge blunder. Now, if you're only going to hold EXP listings open, fine. You with me? So nobody cares. How many of you go to an open house? Oh, it's a Century 20 open house. Let's go to that one. Do you? Oh, this one's with Remax. We don't care. Do you care what company? Don't waste the brand. Don't waste the space. Okay, so as I'm wrapping it up, I want to say this. Last page. Fortune favors the bold. So I'm going to wrap up with one more challenge. What was the first challenge? Mapping out the next 100 years of your life, your legacy. What's it sounds haughty or arrogant? No, it isn't. You saved people's lives. You did something incredible on this planet. Have that be your legacy, not how many billions you earned. I guess that would be shallow. But so I'm gonna doing that plan, and nobody's doing it. You'll be 1 out of 42 million. Or honestly, I'll just be straight up with you. 10 of you will do it. Maybe 15. And I don't mean to be mean. You're going to get busy. Write this down. With the tyranny of the urgent. The dog got out. The kids need a ride to soccer. You got to go redo your driver's license. Some buyer's got to see a property. You're just going to forget. That's why I said pick an accountability partner. So before you leave, get each other's cell phones and go, did you do it? I said 2 minutes. It might be 10 seconds. Did you do it? And then when they say yes, then your job is ask me if I did it. Say, Brent, did you do it? Yes, I did. And then here's your job. You ready? Great. Take a picture of it and send it to me. Some of you might just fib a little. Oh, yeah, I did it, sort of. Well, okay, I did 30 and 60. Did you do the 90? No. Did you do 6 month, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year, 25 year, and 100? No, I didn't do that. So you didn't do it. It's fun. If you knew you couldn't fail, what would your life look? Would you write books? Would you have a TV show? Would you feed the homeless? Would you bring fresh water to people who don't have fresh water? Would you do micro lending? Rob does micro lending. You give someone $100 in some parts of Africa, that is $100. What's $100 in some places where they make how much for the whole year?
Well, it's enough to start a business.
Start an entire company with $100. What's $100 mean to you? Maybe nothing. But when you lend a woman who maybe can't get a job in Africa because of cultural barriers, and she's able to start you not only change her life, you change her children's life, the entire family's life for $100. Make sure, I keep saying I'm going to get involved in that, and I don't. Make sure I do. I want to do that. I'd love to put, 40, 50 people in business. We help, 30 farmers in Nicaragua and Honduras. We put them into farming, hectares of land. They farm turmeric. A friend of mine, childhood friend, does that. We've helped entire families do it. So it's exciting to do something more. So here's the final challenge. I want to invite you to be a part of something new that I've created. It's called the Genius Zone. The Genius Zone. And the Genius Zone starts 2 weeks from tomorrow night at 5 p.m. at the office, at my office. I'm going to have dinner and food. It's from 5 to 6:30. It is the 16th of May, Friday, May 16th at 5 p.m. If you got to miss it, miss it. If you want to come, come. But if you want to be a part of the Genius Zone, this is for people who basically want more, see more, demand more, really want to have the revenue share organization. You'll sell more real estate because you get inspired, you want to run through a brick wall. But if you'd like to be like, I don't know why I can't start. Why? Well, I want to go to the gym, but I don't. I'll tell you why you don't, because you don't got anyone to meet. If you have someone to meet tomorrow morning at 6 a.m., you'll go to the gym. It's that simple. You don't need a trainer. You need a friend, right? And so the Genius Zone is going to have accountability. It's going to have KPIs, key performance indicators. It's going to have metrics. It's going to have things you need to do, and you get to pick them. You're going to get to pick them, but here's the deal. If you don't do them, it's going to be weekly. There'll be daily stuff, but weekly. You got to get it on weekly. That means if you didn't do it by Friday night, even though you're going to go houseboating on Saturday or water skiing on Sunday, you don't get to do that anymore. You're going to do it. And if you don't do it, that's fine. Strike one. 3 strikes, you're out. You can self-select out. But so if you go, I've had enough. I want to go to the next level. So we're going to do this. And we're going to meet once every 2 weeks. We're not going to meet every week. We're not going to meet every day. You may break up in groups of 3 and go, hey, if Brent could meet every night at 10, why don't I? Let's do something crazy. I have a feeling that Michael Phelps was up every morning at 4 a.m. swimming. I have a feeling that Venus Williams was at the tennis courts every morning at 6 a.m. I got a feeling Tiger Woods played golf every day of his life. So the Genius Zone, it's going to have accountability. It's going to have metrics. It's also going to have 3 strikes, you're out. You got to know that your actions have consequences. Not because I want to kick you out of the Genius Zone. By the way, it only lasts 90 days. We're only doing, most people could, John Maxwell, so you can see, it's a 90-day deal. So it'll be over August 16th. Literally over. We're going to run you right into summer, and you're going to get so much momentum. You're going to get what's called the Big Mo. Fortune favors the bold. So here's the deal. If you'd like to be a part of the Genius Zone, I want to encourage you, before you leave, to just take over a piece of paper. You could take Michael Hellickson here, take a little piece right here. You get some white. Just rip it off. Give me half, and write me a note. Say, Brent, I really want to be a part of this. And sign your name clearly. I get them without a signed name. I'll be, well, really touching. I have no idea who this is.
Let's do phone and email just for...
Yeah, put your name, your phone, and your email, and say, here's why I want to be a part of this. Because my kids are counting on me. Here's why I want to be a part of this. Because I'm struggling to buy groceries too. Or here's why I want to be a part of this. Because I know I want to do this, but I haven't. But whatever it is, I want a sentence. If you want to write me a paragraph or 2, go ahead. But I'd love to hear from you personally. And I hope you just say, I'm going to be a part of it. And I know on a Friday night from the Vacaville is a horrendous thing. So we'll set up a Zoom for you out of towners so you can be a part of it that way. And it's only going to be 90 minutes. And it's only going to run for 90 days. So the Genius Zone is going to run for 90 minutes every 2 weeks for 90 days. And we're going to get you into action. It's going to have accountability. It's going to have like a dashboard. It's going to have KPIs. We're going to make it fun. It's all about encouraging you. So you have 2 homework assignments today. Your mission, should you accept it, is do the 30, 60, 90, 6, 1 year, 2, 3, 5, 25, and 100. Do that today, tonight, tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon. Put it in your calendar. Everyone write this down. If it's not on my calendar, it doesn't exist. I put my calendar today, I would meet with Rob and finish my plod, which is 5 chapters of my new book, Build, and we turned it all into a Word doc. It was pretty simple to do, but it involved some techie maneuvers. He did it in 90 seconds. What? Oh, there it is. It's already in your calendar. So here's the deal. So, but put it in your calendar. Okay, I'm going to sit down tomorrow morning. I'm going to get up an hour earlier with a cup of coffee. I'm going to think about the next 100 years of my life. I'm going to dream a little. Here's what my life looks like in 30, 60, and then Friday night at 9 o'clock, you're going to text that person you met. Barry, you're going to text Joe. If I'm on the internet on that flight to Paris and I'm not asleep, I'll text you both. If I have internet, I will do it. Babe, make me do it. And, so do your planning. And if you want to be a part of the Genius Zone, I invite you to be part. And I'm not going to set the goals for you. The goals get to be your goals. I'm not going to make you do anything uncomfortable. Push yourself. Make yourself uncomfortable. Remember, everything worthwhile is uphill from here. Wasn't that the quote? Everything worthwhile runs uphill. This is your moment. You can't keep kicking the can. You can't keep saying manana, America's favorite pastime, because you're champions. You guys are amazing. And I love gathering with the animals. We call this Animal House because you want to do something great with your life. So we'll see you again in 3 months for Animal House. And have a great rest of the day. Love you guys. You're awesome. All right, I got my first one right here, Clark. If you want these, put your name, phone number.